Hi guys, it's Kiyako here, back with another speed build / character build. Today we are building a California boho home, but first what I'm doing here is creating the couple that's going to live in the home. So we're starting off with Ireland. They use they, them pronouns. This is the first time I've mentioned the pronouns of my Sims. I will start doing that in the future. It just wasn't something I was really thinking about, but as it was pointed out to me, I feel like I should start doing that. So they use they, them pronouns, and their name is Ireland. I love that name. I feel like it's such like a really unique name. The only Ireland I can think of is like Ireland Baldwin, who's like one of the people in the Baldwin family, I guess. But I don't know why I thought of that name. I knew that I wanted them to have like a location-based name, you know, like India, or like Brooklyn or something. But I settled on Ireland because I thought it was like really unique, and yeah. Anyways, Ireland's partner is Marley, and she is so cool. She uses she, her pronouns, and they are both musicians. So I figured that they're kind of like a musician couple, as in Ireland I figured is more on the writing side and the producing side of things. Like Ireland probably like plays all the musical instruments and stuff like that, whereas Marley is the singer and kind of like the frontman. So later on when we're looking at their home, they actually have like a really cool music room, and I'm really excited for you guys to see their home because I actually really like how it turns out. I don't usually do boho style because I always have trouble capturing it. I don't know, it's just not a style of interior design that I'm super familiar with or like I'm super good at executing, so this was a little bit of a challenge for me. Also, in terms of color palette, I used a lot more reds and oranges in the build of their home, and those aren't usually colors that I use, so it was again just like a challenge for me in terms of color palette as well. But as you can see, I am putting together Ireland's wardrobe right now. For their athletic wardrobe, I'm just giving them a standard athletic outfit. I figured that maybe Ireland and their partner go like running together, like jogging and stuff. But I can't wait for you to see their swimsuit because I gave them like a one piece, or what's it called? Like a wetsuit, because I figured that they go surfing together, which I think is like the coolest thing because they live in California, right? So it makes sense that they could, you know, be surfers. I've never personally surfed. I like the idea of it, like even just in terms of like a character activity, so I really like the idea of them being like a surfing couple together, you know. This is their hot weather outfit. I really like this cardigan. I feel like it's so cute. I love how it drapes over the shorts I gave them. I really like these shorts too. You know, guys, believe it or not, I do not own a pair of shorts. Like, I want to, I just have a lot of trouble finding a pair of shorts that have like the right cut and fit in the way that I like, you know? Like, shorts are so weird sometimes, so I'm still on the hunt for some shorts. So if you guys ever see shorts that you think I would like, let me know. But as you can see, Ireland is vegetarian. They love the outdoors and they're very musical, which makes sense because, you know, they're a musician with their partner. And the outdoors things would come into like them liking surfing and maybe hiking and jogging with Marley, and they're also vegetarian. So their last name is Wells. They're Island Wells, which I feel like is a really cool name. And now we are building their partner. This is Marley. What is Marley's last name? Marley, what is it? Marley Sky, that's what it is. I thought that was the coolest name, especially since she's like the front man, and I feel like that would be like the name of their musical duo is like Marley Sky, and you know, like Marine and the Diamonds, I feel like it'd be like Marley Sky and something else, you know, like Florence and the Machine. I feel like it'd be Marley and something, you know. And then Ireland does all the musical producing and the background stuff, kind of like how Phineas Eilish writes and produces a lot of Billie Eilish's work, but she's like just called Billie Eilish. That's kind of what I imagine their dynamic is like in terms of their musical career. I'm getting really into detail about that. As you can see, I freaking love Marley's hair. This is a hair based on, I believe, Stevie Nicks, which I thought was totally perfect considering Marley is a musician, and it just really makes her seem like a really cool musician too. But as you can see, I'm just picking out her everyday outfit right here. I gave her this like floral pattern shirt, which I thought was really cool. Marley just exudes like really cool vibes, you know? But I'm putting together, let's see, giving her a little necklace, gonna give her some rings, which I thought were cool. We're gonna put together her formal wear here. For both of them, I gave them very similar senses of style, and I mean, entirely pretty much totally in the same color palette. A lot of like neutrals and warm like reds and oranges and a lot of greens and stuff. There's like no blue in any of their outfits, and there's like pretty much no blue in the home that you're gonna see me create in a minute. It just wasn't a part of my color palette, so there's no blue. This is Marley's party wear. Love those boots on her. or these boots on her. They're so cute. And again, for her swimmer, giving her a wetsuit because she and Ireland go surfing together because they're freaking cool like that. I don't surf. I think I tried surfing once, like with a friend when I was like a child. Like their dad like helped us surf or something, and then I immediately, you know, fell off the board and crashed and almost drowned, you know, but so surfing is not my thing, but I admire it aesthetically. But as you can see, Marley is also vegetarian, she's also a music lover, and she's creative. Here I'm just trying to figure out what to name her because I wanted to give her a really cool musician's name, so Marley came to mind because of Bob Marley. And I thought that was a really cute first name. As you can see, I am building their home now, and this is in a lot in the world, which the name I always forget, the one that's based on LA, because they would probably live in LA, I imagine, considering they're, I don't know, I just thought that they'd be musicians, and the first thing that came to my head was like being musicians in Los Angeles, and also I wanted like the boho feel of like certain LA homes. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's what I was going for, was like an LA cool, laid back, kind of surfery, kind of hip musician vibes is what I was going for with this home. But like I said before, my color palette is a lot of like dark reds, oranges, browns. You can see I have like a mood board off to the right. That was like what I created before I started building, just to like get a sense of what direction I was going in. I've been using mood boards a lot more recently, and if you guys are curious about how I do that, I have another video about build boards and stuff. But they're just, they really help me kind of figure out my tone. So I built the build board and the mood board first, and it just really helped me with the rest of this. But as you can see, putting in little details, I love these, like, I don't want to call them windows because that's not really what they are. They're like wall details, like stone cement squares. That don't have glass in them, so it just allows for like natural airflow and stuff, which I feel like is such a cute feature, especially in like a California home where like all the weather is always nice. So it's like you never have to worry about rain or snow or anything like that. Putting in some windows. I went with these windows just because they matched my color palette, and I just kind of liked the vibe of them. I don't know, and I really didn't have other windows that would work, so these were the only ones I could use, but I like them. I think they're cute. Here I'm figuring out my roofing situation. This roof is not my favorite roof I've ever done because the house is such an irregular shape that I kind of had to like finagle with it and mess around with it until I got something that was semi-pleasing. But yeah, I think it turns out the best I can make it in terms of the roof. I added this little detail here in the front because I thought it was cute and it was in my color palette and it fit the vibe, so I thought that was cute. This back roof is what was hard for me to figure out. You may hear my cat meowing in the background. It's because my door is currently closed and he's locked in here with me. I'm only doing that because there's some construction going on in my house right now and I don't want him to run around the construction and stuff. And he's not enjoying it. I don't know if you can hear him. He's meowing his head off at my door. He's like, let me out. I want to see the construction. But yeah, ignore him. He's so cute. I took him on a walk today around, you know, in his little cat backpack, and he could see the world and, you know, oh, he just sneezed. He's so cute. Okay, back to the build. Okay. I get so distracted by my cat. He's freaking adorable. Here I am. What am I doing now? I put in my walls, I put in my roofs. I really like this roof. It's probably like, I mean like the roof, what's it called? The roof tiling, like the color of it. I love this roof color. I use it as much as I can whenever it's in my color palette because I just love the detail of it. All the other roof colors I feel like, or the roof swatches I guess is what they're called, I feel like they're not detailed enough and I don't always love them. So honestly, right now I'm kind of looking for more roofing swatches. So if you guys know of any custom content roofing swatches, please link me because I'm always on the hunt for those. For some reason, like build mode CC is a lot harder to find than buy mode CC, and I think that's because it's harder to make, I believe. Like I think the way you do it is more difficult. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never built build mode CC, but that's what I'm assuming because it's always hard for me to find. So link me if you guys find that. Put in some cactuses, little plants and stuff just to add some green to their home. Because like I said, they like the outdoors, and I definitely feel like they're naturey people. If you saw in the back there in their backyard section, I gave them a little bit of a garden because I figured that they also grow their own food because they're the coolest freaking couple that I've ever built, I think. I really like this house. I feel like it's pretty cool. Put in those palm trees, which I think adds such a lush vibe, you know. This is definitely a very expensive place, and that's definitely a very expensive car. So they are certainly successful by now in their musical careers, what I imagined. But yeah, you can get a good look at the mood board here. You can see the color palette I was going for a lot more clearly. But we are moving into the backyard now. So the backyard, like I said, they have a little garden, which is super, super cute. And like you guys remember, they are vegetarians. So they're probably just gonna grow a lot of greens in their backyard and eat a lot of vegetarian food, you know. And I love this wood round swing. It actually is like smaller, and I don't think it's supposed to seat people. I'm not quite sure because it was pretty small originally. I scaled it up to this large size. But it's so cute. To be totally honest with you guys, the string that holds the swing, because I scaled it up, it like sticks through the roof. But I just kind of ignore that because I liked how big it was. So if you see like a string sticking through the roof of this, like in the screenshots, please ignore it because it's not supposed to be there. But as you can see, I'm creating this little like chill spot. This looks so nice. I would love to just sit in that swing and like read a book and drink some tea. None of those things I actually do in real life. Like, I want to be a book reading tea drinker, but you know, I'm more like like a phone user, like ice cream eater. That's more my speed, but I like to imagine that I could be a tea drinker book reader, maybe one day. As you can see, I gave them a little like tile bar where people could like sit and eat snacks, and they have this beautiful wood table. I really was like going for a lot of like natural textures and shapes. I tend to do that whenever I'm going for this like kind of vibe in this style, because I just feel like the naturalness of like that wood table really just, I don't know, it's just a vibe. I really like it. But as you can see, I gave them a little watering can because they gotta water their lettuce, I guess. And a little bike leaning against this wall. As you remember, Ireland is an outdoor lover, so I imagine that they would also go on like bike rides and, like I said, like hikes and you know, stuff like that. You know, really fun stuff. As you can see, I'm putting in my walls now. So this is a 1-bedroom home, but they also have like a little music room, which I guess could also be like converted into another bedroom, you know, like if they ever like decided to have kids or something like that. But I'm using, let's see, putting in an archway here, which is so cute. I love that archway. Choosing my doors, I just went with the same sliding doors I used for the exterior, because honestly, like, they fit the vibe so perfectly. I really couldn't find another door that I liked as much as those, so I just used the same doors. But here I am choosing my tile flooring, and I'm gonna pick out my walls in a sec. It took me a sec to figure out all my flooring, but I went with like those orangey tiles in some of the rooms and then like this dark orangey wood. So what's interesting is, like, I mentioned this earlier, I don't usually do color palettes that have a lot of reds and oranges in them. I'm not quite sure why. I don't have any like negative association with the color. I don't dislike reds and oranges. I think sometimes like orangey wood can come off as like, I don't know, I just don't like how it looks in the game always, but in this particular build, I actually really do like how the orangey wood comes off. You know, just, I guess certain color palettes work better in certain situations, I guess. Anyways, I'm setting up their little living room area here. I imagine that they definitely entertain guests a lot. Like, I imagine that they have like a lot of you know, friends in Hollywood and Los Angeles, like other really cool, like artistic friends. Like, they definitely have like a friend who's like a famous painter in LA, and they definitely have like an underground like DJ who's their friend, and they for sure have like a tattoo artist friend who like gives them like free tattoos or something. But yeah, maybe I'll do like a little build of like all their really cool hip LA friends. This is a velvet couch they gave them. It's absolutely stunning. I love velvet. I freaking love velvet. I love velvet furniture too, but I don't know how well that would work in real life with my cat. I feel like velvet furniture would just attract like a lot of cat hair. I love my cat so much, but in getting him, I realized that as an interior designer, a lot of like my design dreams for my home are like not gonna happen for like the next 18 years while he's still alive, because I just can't. Like, I can't have certain pieces of furniture because it'll just destroy them. Like, what am I supposed to do? So that is the downside of being an interior designer and having a cat. I mean, maybe there's some like design or like cat-friendly design hacks out there somewhere. I probably just haven't discovered them yet, so I don't know. Let me know if you have any design cat-friendly hacks. This is their music room. So here's the thing. I didn't realize this until like after I finished building the music room, but this is like kind of the worst room to have a music room, because that wall on the left there is like those concrete squares without glass in them, so it's just kind of like open to the outside, which makes it like a really nice room and space. But in terms of music, they can't really like record anything. Like, they're musicians and they write songs and they write music, so that obviously they'd be recording. But in terms of sound, it doesn't work, because like if anyone works in, you know, film or music, you guys know sound is super important to control, you know? Because if they're in there and they're recording a song and like someone's baby starts screaming across the street, you're gonna get in the recording, right? Because there's no glass in that wall. So in terms of sound, just in terms of like sound protection, it doesn't really work, but you know, it's fine. They're good. Maybe like the type of music that they make like really thrives off ambience. Like maybe they really like it when like they get like a dog barking in the background or something like that. Like maybe it adds like a certain like natural feeling tone to their music that they really like. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm gonna use that excuse for my poor design choices. That's what it is. They really just like the ambiance of Los Angeles in the background of their music. Yeah, that sounds like I thought that out. Anyways, we are in their kitchen now. I actually really like how their kitchen turns out. I don't usually use like reds and oranges, especially in kitchens, but I actually really like it here. I feel like this is a chill kitchen, and I really like this tile that I used on the wall, especially like the glossiness of it. Like, I love how the tiles are so shiny and beautiful. I love them. Like, look how they shine, and the shine changes with how you move the camera and how the light's reflected. Like, freaking custom content creators, man, so talented. I can't. But as you can see, just setting up their kitchen, gave them a little like basket of green fruit. I don't know what fruit that is. Are those pears? Oh no, you know what? That's probably green apples. And then back here, we're actually gonna close this off and like create two separate rooms in the kitchen. So we're gonna have like the main kitchen area, and then on the left is gonna be kind of like a back pantry room / like laundry extra room. And I just did that because I found like the kitchen was just a little bit too open and spacious, and I didn't really know what to do with like the left side, so I just ended up closing it off. For a second, I put a chicken down on the table, but I was like, wait, they're vegetarian, so I had to get rid of the chicken, and I just kind of left the table blank. But as you can see, closing off that room, and then what are we doing here? Gonna put in a little rug just so people can wipe their feet, because that room's kind of like a mud room in the back. Thought about putting it like a big rug thing in the kitchen, but I ended up not doing that because it just looked kind of weird. So as you can see, I'm setting up like the pantry room now, giving them a laundry machine because everyone's got to do their laundry, you know. Let's see, what are we doing here? I'm gonna put in a wall, a little laundry basket bin thing. I thought about putting like a table in the center of the room. I ended up not doing that just because it felt very cramped. So I kind of just left it like a generally open room space. So this is just kind of like their extra room for pantry stuff and laundry stuff, like I said. Now we're moving on to the bathroom, which is just a bathroom. You guys know me and bathrooms. That is, you know, toilet, sink, you know, bathtub / shower. You're done. That's it. Bathrooms are so easy to do, but at the same time, they just like, I know that if I tried, I could definitely be creative with bathrooms, but something about bathrooms just like kill creativity in me. I don't know what it is. I think I just don't like working like strictly in terms of appliances, which is kind of what you have to do with bathrooms, you know, with plumbing and stuff. I don't know, never mind. Anyways, we are in the bedroom now. I love this bed. I feel like it's perfect for the vibe, especially the blanket is like in my exact color palette, especially that shade of green. Totally lovely. Gave him this beautiful, beautiful rug. I'm gonna put in a bench because for some reason people will have benches at the end of their beds. I'm gonna put in, let's see. Oh, this room is kind of like their little walk-in closet area, you know, so that they have extra closet storage because they're definitely fashionable people, you know, like Ireland and Marley, definitely very fashionable. They're super hip Los Angelinians. I don't know what they're called. Los Angels. What do you call people from Los Angeles? Someone tell me. Giving them a little desk here so that, you know, they can both work and do some work and, you know, browse the internet. I'm gonna give them, let's see, what else do we put in here? A plant? I think we put a plant in here. Yeah, because they're definitely plant people, you know? Like, I feel like Ireland especially would definitely be, like, a plant parent. Like, they love plants. Like, they freaking love plants. Like I said, they like the outdoors, so I imagine that, like, they like to bring the outdoors in, you know? I feel like Marley definitely is not, like, a plant girl. Like, she probably just kind of ignores the plants and lets Ireland do their thing, you know? But Marley is beautiful. And so is Ireland. They are beautiful, beautiful people. Putting in these wicker chairs. There's a lot of, like, wicker and, like, natural, like, straw furniture in this build. Again, because it just kind of fit, like, the boho vibe, and I really wanted to use, like, a lot of natural materials and textures. What are we doing? On this wall, just gonna put on some, like, tapestries, I believe. Yeah, I just put 2 of these tapestries. I wish I chose, like, 2 different ones instead of 2 the same, but it still works, I think. And then back here, we're just gonna pop in, like, a little painting on the wall. Not sure which one. That one. And then back here, we're gonna set up a dining table. Just because, like, originally the dining room was gonna be, like, in a separate room, but, like, it just didn't turn out that way, so we set up the dining room in here instead, which still works out because there's a lot of space here. Let's see. It took me a second to choose the chairs. I went with these ones, which I feel like it works. I feel like there's other chairs I could have gone with, but these still work. I'm going to put on a plant because Ireland and their plants, they love plants. Putting on these plates. Okay, I feel like some people are going to disagree with me. I like these plates, but I actually get rid of them. Even, like, they're beautiful plates. I know they're beautiful plates, but the tone of green, the specific shade of green that those plates were, did not match my color palette enough, and I had to get rid of them. I'm so sorry. You guys know, like, even if it's, like, a shade off or, like, slightly tinted hue wrong, I can't have it. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's, like, if my brain is haunted by a little color-coordinated ghost, but I care so much about color palette. It's kind of crazy. But now I'm gonna put in, this is like the little mudroom, like I said. I kept it pretty basic and simple, didn't put a lot in here, just because I figured it's just mainly a space they walk in and out through. Maybe it's like a little reading room too, but it doesn't serve like a huge like function, so I just kind of kept it very simple. But yeah, that is the build. There they are together, being in love with their big circle swing, hugging at the door. Oh, did you see in that last one I put some longboards by the door because I feel like Ireland, again, as an outdoor lover, they'd probably like go out and longboard with their friends and stuff, you know, like by the beach and stuff. People in California do that. I saw like people longboarding when I was in California. I think that's a big thing there. But this is their home. So beautiful. I love this home. I don't do boho style that much. Maybe this isn't boho style at all, but that's what my head thinks that it is. So please let me know if I hit the mark on that, or if this is like a completely different style that I'm not understanding at all. But I think this looks really beautiful. Like I really feel like I would really enjoy living here. It's a lot of orange and red though, so I feel like in real life maybe it'd be a little bit intense on the eyes, but it's still very, very lovely. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this build. Let me know, you know, if it's correct at all to boho style. Let me know if you like, you know, the plant stuff and the music stuff and just what you think. I love hearing what you guys, you know, think. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.